Help support the companies that support our community. So I have a piece of apple here and I'm mounting it in between centers, and I'll use a bowl gouge to get the corners all knocked off, and then we'll start shaping it. So I have the lathe speed about 500. Once I got all the corners knocked off, I'm still using the bowl gouge, but I bumped the speed up to probably about 800 or 1000. And so I'm just giving it the basic shape. We'll get a tenon down on one end of it. Well, actually we're going to put a tenon on both ends, but this is the bottom of the urn right here, and we'll get the tenon down, and this right here is going to be the top, and then the rest of it will be part of the lid. So this part right here is the lid, and I'm going to just take off a bunch of the material here and get a tenon put down on it so that I can grab it in the chuck after we separate the two of them. There we go. Now we can get it put in the chuck and finish off the top of this here and start hollowing it out. And again, it's still a bowl gouge, and the lathe speed still right around 800 or so. So I'm going to use a Forstner bit, and this will set the depth and clean out a lot of the material in the center of it. So this is a nice way, especially something like this where you don't need to clean out the center of it. It really speeds up the whole process. The Forstner bit works really nice. So I just picked one that was just a little bit bigger than the Jacobs chuck there, and went down and figured out exactly where bottom was. Then I switched over to the number 1 hollower, and I'll start getting this thing cleaned out. I am going to use the threaded rings on this, so I'm going to use the calipers to figure out exactly where that is. And then I'll make a little recess in there for that threaded ring to sit on. once I got the ring set in there, I went ahead and finished hollowing it out. So there are a couple of cracks in here that are pretty good size. So I went ahead and filled those in with the glue boost, and I went ahead and tinted them with the black powder. So this works really nice to give it a nice contrast and really stand out and pop. So I just put a little bit in, then put the powder on, and went ahead and filled them in a few times. Once I got that done, went ahead and sanded it. So I'm just using 80 grit here to knock down all the glue, and then I will switch over and start sanding it. And I went ahead and ran through all the grits up to 600, and then we'll go ahead and flip it around in the chuck. I'm going to change the jaws here and put a smaller set on, and then expand them in that little recess I made for the tenon. And then we'll get the foot taken off it. So I'm just bringing this part down here, utilizing a little bit of that tenon into the foot. After I got that material off of there, I did notice there was another knot in there that I had to fill in with the glue. So I got that all filled in, and then I'm going to use the Easy Wood detailer to bring down that little nub there, so then we can start sanding the bottom of it. So I cleaned up that little spot there in the center with the #1 hollower. Then I started over with the grits at the bottom and worked my way all the way back up to the top. So with this, I started with the coarser grits on the bottom, and each time I went a little bit further back up the body here, so that when I finish with 600, I'm doing all the way up and around the corner. So now that we have that done, went ahead and take that off. It's just a beautiful piece of apple. And we'll take the other, change the jaws real quick, and take the lid and get it mounted and start working on that. So the first thing with the lid is we need to make a tenon on it. So I'm gonna get it cleaned up here, use the calipers again to figure out exactly where the tenon size, and start working on that. Once I had that set, I could start cleaning everything up. So just use number one hauler, clean up the center of it, and I'll start working on the rim of the lid here. Just taking down a lot of this material. It was a little bit too big. So I cupped it out a little bit on the bottom so that it kind of goes around the base a little bit, and then we'll start working on the sides of it. So I just brought down a lot of the material, and I'll use a parting tool to come in and part this off, and then we can use that little tenon there in the chuck and grab a hold of it with the chuck and shape the top of it. So I am going to put a little knob on the top of this urn, and I'm going to use a Forstner bit to flatten it off to make sure it has a nice flat spot, and I'm going to put an insert in it. So you'll see at the end of the video what that little knob is, but just kind of doing the same process I would do to make like a bottle stopper or bottle opener. And I used a 7/16 drill bit to drill into it, and then we'll put some epoxy in that and use a stainless steel insert. And that little flat spot will sit perfectly on the knob. So I used the rest of that epoxy just around the recess on the base, and we'll put the first ring in and let that set up for about 15-20 minutes or so. Just let it get a nice good bite to it. And then we're going to take the inner ring and go ahead and screw that all the way in, so that's nice seal all the way down. And then we're going to put some epoxy on the tenon. So you don't need much, just go sparingly. Just put a little bit all the way around the tenon. And then we'll go ahead and just set that right inside and line the grain up. And then I let it set up for about 5 minutes and then unscrew it. Make sure none of the epoxy got stuck to it, but you can line the grain right up where it's supposed to go. let it set, and then you are done, except for the oil. And then I went ahead and put a coat of the walnut oil on it. Really brings out the richness in the wood. I love the way it looks. Apple is a beautiful wood. It's just a nice rich color. There we go. It is all done. I have the oil on it. So for the knob on top. So there's a company called Twisted Shifterz, and they've been buying Niles stoppers for years for different projects. And so I was poking around on their website and I found these really cool shift knobs. And they have, I will put a link down below in the description, and they have anything you want. This is just standard 4-speed. They have 3/8 16 studs that go into them. So I thought it would be cool to do a Gearhead Urn. So they thread right onto the little screws. They work with the inserts, the 3/8 16. So I thought it was really cool. If you go check around, look around on their website, there is just tons of designs. I mean, they do just tons of different things. Anything you can imagine, they have a gear shift for it. So some really cool stuff. You can get really creative with it. And if you do have that favorite gearhead in your family, look at that. Threads right onto a whiskey stopper, just like so, and you are done. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. Everybody have a great week, and we will see you next time. Take care.